Hello, hello, hello. Have you been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angela. This is Creole Roots 47 in the house today. Today I am cooking up something great. All things New Orleans, you guys. All things New Orleans. So I'm glad you guys following me on my channel. We in the house. You know, it's Saturday and Sunday. I just finished a major party yesterday. Now it's Sunday and I'm in the kitchen cooking for another client. Today I'm going to be doing meat pies. So yes, my version of meat pies. I already started cooking the ground meat. It's 1 pound of ground meat. And we're going to be cooking up some good stuff. Of course, I'm going to be using the Holy Trinity. I'm glad you guys are in the kitchen with me today. I just started up in my cast iron pot or pan. Started cooking up stuff in my kitchen. You know I'm a Creole girl. My roots, background, New Orleans is Creole. So I came to you today to just cook up a little something. It's meat pies, okay? So the meat is already good to go. You know I'm going to add the Holy Trinity. It's not right unless I add what? Bell pepper, onion, and celery, right? So that's basically what I'm doing, you guys. My meat pie is going to be full of bell pepper, onion, and celery. Stewed tomatoes. Some good old cumin. Chili powder. You know. Paprika. You know I gotta have garlic. I don't like this piece. I'm going to take that out. You know I have to have garlic powder. Tony Saturé Creole season. It's not New Orleans unless I do it like I was taught. A New Orleans girl, right? I don't recall my mom and them ever making, you know, meat pies. But I kind of do a little bit of everything. But I'm pretty sure my mom and grandmother could have did it if they wanted to. My mom wasn't a real strong baker. She had her hands in that food pot though. She could bake, but she always thought she could do, you know, cook better than she can bake. I think I got handed a double hand because I can bake and cook. And I could decorate too. So you're going to see my new video upcoming soon. It's all things New Orleans in the kitchen with Angela. It's me. You found me. I'm right here. So I'm just cooking up some ground meat. And then I'm going to let it rest for about 30 minutes to an hour. Then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to do the dough. I didn't make the dough myself for time's sake. I went ahead and bought a dough. You can either make the dough or you can buy it. I felt like I needed to buy it today because I haven't been home that long, but I needed to go ahead and, you know, cook up something for somebody else who asked me for something. So, you know I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem with that. If you want me in your kitchen, I'll be glad to be in your kitchen. Okay? So this is good old diced tomatoes. Okay? Y'all see that? That's what I'm using right there. And it's cooking about on a medium high, between a 6 and a 7. That's some good old ground chuck, some stewed tomatoes. I'm going to start by adding a little coriander in here. You know it's always an 1/8 of a teaspoon. I don't really measure when I'm doing stuff, but it's usually an 1/8 of a teaspoon, okay? So I just wanted a little coriander in here. Make it taste good. And of course I'm going to add curry powder in here. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm going to add some cumin. Okay. That's about a tablespoon there. I love cumin. And then you know I gotta have garlic, you guys. I have minced garlic, but for this I don't want to do the minced garlic. I'm just gonna hit it with this garlic powder, you guys. Okay. And then I'm gonna add some black pepper. You can put white pepper in here too, but I didn't want to. I'm using what I had in my pantry, and it's gonna work. I'm gonna add some chili powder in here. And of course some paprika. And I gotta give it some flavor. You know that I gotta give it some flavor. You know I gotta give it some flavor. There it is. Bam. Okay. So I'm just going ahead, adding that in, and then I'm gonna give it a little taste. But first I gotta add some Worcestershire sauce. You see that? I almost didn't say it, but I got it out. I got it out, you guys. And then we're gonna go ahead and taste it. Okay. I'm gonna add some hot sauce, some Louisiana hot sauce, you guys. I didn't want Tabasco to be too hot. I got some Tabasco right here, but I didn't want it to be overwhelmingly hot. I wanted to have some kick, but not overwhelmed, you know. So this is gonna cook down. I'm losing a man. This is gonna cook down a little bit. This video won't be very long. Then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna stuff the meat pies. Okay, and while that's cooking down, like I said, I'm gonna let this cool down before I do it, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. So I might as well, I'll preheat the oven on 350, and then I may turn it up to 400, you guys. Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry I stepped away for a minute. I had to check something out. I'm back though. But this is what I'm making. I'm making a good old meat pie. And some people, I mean, people do things different. Remember, in your kitchen, it's on what you do, okay? It's up to you what you do in your kitchen. So this is Angela's kitchen, so I'm doing what I do. I'm going to make it happen how I want it to happen, right? So I'm going to add some parsley flakes. I just couldn't live without them, so I'm going to put them in here. Okay? I couldn't live without it, you guys. I had to add it, okay? And I don't want it to be runny. I want it to have a thick consistency. So I'm going to cook it down until the juice is almost out of it, okay? And you can use fresh bay leaf if you like to, but I don't mind using that and pulling it out. So yeah, I don't mind using the dried one and pull it out. See, bay leaf. Yeah. So I have one more in there. I'll locate it and get rid of it. But it doesn't need to be in the dish the whole way, so long you get it aromatic in the pot. So I like to add it with the meat that I'm using because it opens up the flavor. It's very aromatic, but you can't eat that kind of bell pepper that's dried. That stuff is so potent, bitter, but it brings out the flavor in your food. So see, I'm letting it cook until I don't have any liquid, okay, in here. If you can see that, there's no liquid. I'm going to give it a taste test and see how I like it. I'm doing 3 meat pie for, it's an individual, so it's going to be 3 self-serving, okay? 3 large meat pies. So you're going to see, they're like an empanada, you know. So I'm going to do a taste test and see if I need to add anything else, you guys. You know I got to taste it. See where the flavors are. Don't overdo it. Do less. And then if you need to do more, then you add more. That's how you work that out. You don't want too salty or too this or too that in your food, you know. And that's good. So this tastes pretty good. We're going to let this cool down for a minute. Say about 30 minutes. And then I'll come back and show you how to do the dough. Like I said, I didn't do the dough myself this time. But I did buy the store-bought kind, but it works just the same. So you got to leave the dough out. Let it sit out for 15 to 20 minutes, and then it should be cooled down. I turned off the fire. It looks good, pretty good. It tastes pretty good too, you guys. It's full of seasoning, and that's just how I like it. So I'll get back to you in a few minutes or more. And we're going to finish up this meat after it cools down. And then we're going to go ahead, put them in the oven. And let these boys have a good deal going on, okay? So follow me back in a little bit. I'm out for now, you guys. Okay, you guys. So I'm starting with the dough. Of course, my mixture, my ground meat is ready. It cooled down now. So that's my filling, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start the process. Here's my dough, okay, and I'm gonna do large ones. So I'm gonna take a bowl for the large size, and then just cut out a piece, okay. So all I have to do now is move this to the side a little bit, because remember I'm doing 3. Okay, so I'm going to take my filling for the meat pie, and I'm going to put it in the middle of my meat pie. Okay, remember I didn't make the dough. I was being a little bit lazy, okay. I just came from Austin. I did a kitchen takeover, so I'm a little tired, but I still have work to do. So I'm going to take my egg wash. It's a little milk with egg and water, and I'm going to brush it to close it, okay? Brush it around there to close it on every side. Then I'm going to take the meat pie, and I'm not frying mine. I know people fry theirs, but I like the healthier version of everything. You live longer, right? So my meat pie is going to go in the oven. All right, I'm going to take my fork now that I closed it up, and I'm going to make it pretty by just taking a fork and going over it like this. Okay, and I'm going to show you in a little bit, okay? Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes. Here's my pie. It's called a meat pie, and you can poke some holes in the top too, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do another one. So I'm just going to take and push some of this together, okay? It's dough, so it'll come back together. Just push it together. And then I'm going to do the next one, okay? So This will be for my client, 3 of them for my client. And then if I have any left, which I will, I'll probably eat it for dinner or bring it to lunch or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of flour. Line my bowl with the flour. Okay. And I'm going to do it again. Okay. If the bowl gets a little stuck, but that's how you do that. To get it up. It's a little stuck, you guys, but I got it. There it goes. So, I'm going to place my bowl to the side. I'm going to do another one. I'm just making sure there are no holes in it, okay, in my dough. See how it comes back together, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and fill it again. Like I said, my client only asked for 3. So any leftovers, it'll be for me. You can eat this with a salad. You can even add beans. I mean, beans, corn. Oh, I'm forgetting one step, you guys. Y'all didn't tell me. What y'all doing not telling me while I'm missing a step? Gotta do the egg wash, remember? And the egg wash goes all the way around, which allows the dough to stick. And then I just fold it over. Okay? Catching each side. Okay? I'm gonna mend this broken piece. See? Dough is easy to fool with. So I'm gonna go ahead, smash my pie together, my dough rather, and then I'm gonna brush it too with some egg wash to give it that nice golden color. Okay, so I'll pick up this one and I'll put it there. Okay, just let it rest. And then I'm going to do my second one. I'll push this to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll that over. I'm going to pull out another one. We're making large ones, okay? And you can stretch this out if you want to. Put that flour around the bowl again. And then just lift it. Here's another piece, as you can see, okay? And I'm gonna add the filling again. It's a meat pie. You don't want it skimpy. You want it to be stuffed, because this is gonna bake on 400. Remember, I preheated my oven. So, I preheated my oven on 350. Now it's up to 400 degrees. Because dough doesn't take that long to cook. And then also, it'll be about 15 minutes. 15 to 18 minutes is according to how your oven cooks. But also, the meat is already cooked. I know you saw me do that. So, the meat is already cooked. So, we really don't have to do much, okay? So, it's going to only take a few minutes to cook because the meat is already cooked. So dough only takes 15 to 18 minutes. It's according to how you want it. Like I said, I'm just getting the ends here. The meat pie. And I'm placing it in there. So then I'll get the second one done. This is 4. So I'm going to do a few more. Then we're going to get them in the oven, okay? A little more flour around the rim. Drop that there. I'm going to get it right here. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay. So I lift that up. Move that to the side. And here's my dough again. So it's very easy. Not hard at all. It's not really time consuming either, because while I'm letting my dough rest, my filling is cooling down. So we're good to go. And I have a good old trusty dusty rolling pin, okay? So we can roll out some more dough and use the rest. Got that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all this meat stays in. Okay, then we're gonna roll it over. Make sure it lays down. Okay, and then go ahead. And you can even pinch the dough, but I like to do it with the fork method. I think it's really cool. Like a turnover or something, but meat. But I like it. I do what I like to do in my kitchen. I want you to do what you do in your kitchen too. Remember, you can take the ingredients for one thing and make it good for another thing. So you don't have to stick to the recipe unless it's baking, okay? So I'm just going ahead and getting this bread or this dough redone. Let me add a little flour down here. And then I'm going to put it in a ball. And you could take and brush each one of these. Just brush it on the top, all along the sides, and then bake it in the oven. Some people, I say, like they deep fry. I don't deep fry too much of anything. Trying to stay healthy. You know, this actually gives it a beautiful coating, glossy coating, and yeah, it's wonderful. So I'm gonna move my bowl out the way a little bit. I got my old rolling pin here, and we're gonna go ahead and roll this dough out. Okay. So get it rolled out. Then I need it real thin and big enough, okay? So we don't want it too thick, but we want it a nice size, right? So I'm just rolling my dough back out because it's gonna be a large size. Let me shut that cabinet right there. And you can even put Parmesan cheese on this too. If you guys didn't know, but he didn't ask for that. He wanted a regular meat pie, nothing real fancy. So that's all I'm doing. Just making sure I get my dough done so I can get it straight. It's a little thicker than I want, so I'm gonna keep going until I could get it thin. Let's see. Flip it again. And dough can go a long way, you guys. So I just put that rolling pin to the side, flour up my hands again, and hit it again. Okay, so put it to the side. It's back thin how I want it. Shake off some of that excess. And go ahead with my filling again. See? It's real easy. Not hard at all. Get this situated out the way. And then I'm gonna baste it. So it can seal. Okay? So get in there. Don't come out meat. Okay. Just need to get a dish rag. Okay, so I'm gonna seal that on every side. I knew I felt some meat, but we gotta seal it, right? So after we seal it, go ahead and pinch that down with your fork. And I'm gonna let you guys see it up close. Okay, you guys get to see up close too. See them? So then I'm gonna get another one done. Paper towel. I want to keep my surface dry as I can because I'm fooling with my dough, right? So we're gonna get another one done. As best I can. I'm gonna do this. I got my rolling pin, of course. Get everything smoothed out. Flour down. Get that surface taken care of. And this will be really flaky. Very good, right? Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. About right there. Okay, so I have my other one here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill it. And then we're gonna get them in a 400-degree oven. Okay. And it's gonna bake for 15 to 18 minutes, no more. We're just really trying to cook the crust, okay? So that's what we're trying to do. And once the crust is done, you'll see the finishing touches. So just keep watching me on my channel, In the Kitchen with Angela, Creole Roots. I had an amazing time yesterday creating all them dishes, and everyone was happy. And some people never even tasted New Orleans food. So I was really excited because it was their first time and they loved it. And I was thankful for that. So hopefully I'll get some more business, you know, guys. What you think? I'm excited. So I have I call them empanadas, turnover, meat pie, whatever you call it, your preference. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it be. It's your kitchen. You do what you want to do. So I have here, you see them? Aren't they beautiful? I'm gonna put them in the oven. And we're gonna let them cook for 15 minutes. And then there you have it. You'll see the finishing touches. This is In the Kitchen with Angela. We're making meat pies. Meat pies, all things New Orleans. I'll be back to you guys in a minute when the pies are out. Meat pies, you guys. Hey, you guys, I'm pulling the last one out the oven. This is meat pies, you guys. I made meat pies, or some people call it empanadas. I have some meat pies, you know. So this is the finishing touches of my meat pie. You see that? Isn't it pretty? So, you guys, I think we've done it. I have my meat pies here, all situated. Of course, you know I'm not going to give my client the one that burst open. But, you know, it is what it is. We're going to work through the processes. Okay, and he only wanted a certain amount, so I think I have it. Eyes have it. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys see the finishing touches, if you can. There you have it. My empanadas. This is my giant one, if you can see that. Okay, so there you have it. In the kitchen with Angela. I'm having trouble today because I left my tripod in Austin, but they're bringing it to me. So thank you so much for joining my channel. This is In the Kitchen with Angela, Creole Roots, all things New Orleans. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and of course my YouTube channel. Okay, you can subscribe, like, comment, invite others to my channel, and especially click the bell to be notified for when other videos drop on my channel. I'm leaving out, signing out. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.